Good evening, members of the board, teachers, parents, and members of the public. I'm here today to address several educational concerns I have both as a teacher and as a parent. By the way, I am the very proud parent of that young lady that just spoke, and I am proud to call her my daughter. 21 years ago, I graduated with honors from Barry University and walked into what I knew would be a lifelong career. I was young, passionate, and motivated, ready to make an impact on all who crossed my classroom door. Most new teachers are, but what they aren't is experienced. No amount of collegiate learning can prepare you for what you will encounter along the way in ways of experience. I knew my career choice would not make me rich, but I was fairly confident that I would survive. Now I have a family, bills, parental responsibilities, health issues, and retirement concerns that which I did not have when I was a 22-year-old. The STEP system guaranteed me a financial gain each year, although minimal. I was also fairly certain that the STEP increases would be adjusted as the cost of living soared. Boy, was I wrong. The cost of living adjustments are non-existent. My salary was frozen for over 4 years, and what little my income has increased amounts to pennies. And now, as a final slap in the face, those steps that I banked on are gone. How is it possible that I have been in a classroom full-time for 16 years and make just $3,000 more than a teacher stepping foot in the classroom for the first time? Furthermore, how is it that the same new teacher earning just about what I do instantly qualifies for a $10,000 scholarship based on the SAT scores he or she received in high school? Meanwhile, I had to have the College Board archives searched for my SAT scores from 1989 and also have to receive a highly effective rating on my most recent teacher evaluation. That which is based mainly on the performance of my former students from an inclusion special education class. As my kiddos would say, this is bogus. What should be determining a teacher's bonus? How about the extra 20 hours that I put per week? Because without it, I would not be able to meet the needs of my students or the requirements placed on me. Or what about the endless devotion of the teachers, such as my daughter's band teacher, Mr. Cox, who graciously allows my daughter to still be part of the band, even though she lost a selective when her schedule was abruptly changed to combine 2 smaller classes into 1 large class? When does she learn how to play the instrument? After school, on the teacher's time. What about my daughter's math teacher, who creates much of her own materials because what she needs to teach her curriculum is not provided to her by Miami-Dade County Public Schools, yet 100% of her students score proficiently on all state exams and surpass all other school scores every single year. Funny enough, this master teacher is not eligible for Best and Brightest Scholarship bonus because she did not attend school in the United States, and therefore she doesn't have an SAT score. Never mind that if she had taken it, she would have probably gotten a perfect score. But coincidentally, the date of the next available test falls after the deadline for turning in the documents. Then there's my daughter's science teacher, who stays after school to help students with their science projects, manages all registrations for the district fair, enabling a STEM future for our kids. And then when the school-based judging is over, he donates his time to Miami-Dade County Public Schools Science and Engineering Fair. All on their own time. These teachers are the best and brightest. They deserve compensation. The other thing I want to briefly address is my dissatisfaction with the intimidation tactics that have become a staple of this administration. Back in 2009, and many times thereafter, this issue was taken up at board meetings. It was clearly addressed by school board member Ms. Hatman, as you will hear in this clip.
Oh, there goes her time.
Unfortunately, this complaint has come before us before, where some parents, if you recall, a couple of meetings ago, one of my items, the parents were all called and asked what it was they were going to speak about. And many of them felt that they were just being discouraged to come and speak. And I mentioned at the time that I thought it was very bad policy. And I think what these ladies are referring to is extremely bad policy, because there was no need to have their principal on a speakerphone speaking to one of your assistants to find out what it was that they were going to speak. I do believe that it looks a lot like intimidation.
For the record, that's a very
That's your
good,
time.
no, it's stopping right there. It's Dr. Perez, it was not me.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for that.
I believe it's Dr. Perez's voice, right, Dr. Perez?
It didn't stop.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I shouldn't go too much over, but it did take about 7 seconds. of
Yes,
this.
and they will do the 7-second,
Thank
please.
you. Many of the speakers here today will tell you about how they were called to the office, visited by an administrator, interrupted during class, or scheduled to visit with the Labor Relations Department, which, by the way, never showed up. Many will tell you that they have been harassed, intimidated, or coerced into retracting their speak time. Why is this terrible practice allowed to continue? These issues, teacher pay at poverty levels, ridiculous bonuses offered that are clearly discriminatory, and the demoralization of our once appreciated profession by unjustifiable intimidation and harassment techniques are not just issues that warrant Tallahassee's attention.
Ma'am, your time is up, but you can wrap it up. Yes.
I'd like to know what Miami-Dade County Public Schools will do for its teachers, or for that matter, what UTD has done or will do. Hear us, hear me. I am a Miami-Dade County Public School System teacher, and I am worth more.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.